game's good as dead. So I'm going to get this video out of the way. And I just want to throw a little fantasy at down your way. I'm going to turn the light on. There you go. A little bit better lighting, right? Imagine if the Eagles... No. Imagine if Carson Wentz had good wide receivers. Wide receivers that weren't always hurt. Wide receivers that aren't always dropping the ball. Imagine if the Eagles actually had a good offensive coordinator that gave us a good game plan. And imagine if we had a coach that could utilize said game plan, if it were to ever exist, in a way that would benefit our offense and score more points, especially, preferably in the first quarter, first half, you know. But I guess that's just too much to ask for, right? No. Let's just not do that. What about on defense? Imagine if your front office, not just the general manager, because guess what? Howie Roseman does everything he can to get what we need, right? Imagine if the front office would help Howie Roseman out a little bit to, I don't know, get a cornerback that is a game changer, a cornerback that is a stud, a quarterback that is a number one first round pick talent, somebody that doesn't always play hurt and gives every last bit of themselves to win the game. Imagine if we could have that, or just imagine if the Eagles would rather not do that, just get corners that are decent enough, or at least okay enough, and aren't hurt for half the season, and let us as the fans and as the team bank on them for being ready, and just trying to wait until they're healthy, saying that they'll be back. Don't give us any clue as to what the injury was. So I don't know, Jalen Mills, our number one corner, and then watch Ronald Darby get picked on and get picked on and get picked on and then get picked again, and then all of a sudden, he goes down with another ankle injury, second one in 2 years. Oh no, we're down that guy. Watch, Avonte Maddox went down in a big collision. Oh no, now you just lost your two best corners. Now you're down to crappy Russell Douglas and Sidney Jones, who can barely play on a good leg. Listen. This team is on the brink of being a really good team. They've always been like that. 2016, they were on the brink. They just needed a corner and a wide receiver. 2017, you got the corner, you got the wide receiver, you're healthy. Though you lose a couple of pieces along the way, you still managed to win big-time games and win the Super Bowl, right? Right. 2018 comes around and we're playing with people that are coming back off of injury, no practice at all in the preseason, no practice at all during the offseason, no reps, nothing as a full team, and you still got the MVP behind the quarterback of the future. There's a lot of controversy within the fan base, potentially within the locker room. Wide receivers are getting hurt. Running backs are getting hurt. Your quarterback is getting bombarded constantly by opposing defensive linemen. What happens? Your quarterback goes down again. You're down a couple of running backs. Your wide receivers are not stepping up, and your defense is taking the hit for it. 2019 comes around, and what's happening? Our defense has a stacked defensive line, right? Our offense, Alshon Jeffrey is 100% healthy. Carson Wentz is 100% healthy. Deshaun Jackson's making his return, and he does great in one game, and then he hurts himself. Okay. But we still got Alshon. Alshon hurt himself too. Well, at least we got Aguilar. Nelson Alligator Hands comes back from 2016 to haunt the team again. Drops a game winner. Next week, a rookie can't make one catch. Drops a game winner. We go the next week. We stun an undefeated Packers team. And now we're out here a week later after beating the New York Jets, and we're looking at ourselves with confidence, going on this big-time road trip, still without a number one corner. Okay? No, Darby's hurt, Avonte Maddox is hurt. What do we do? Okay, let's put Russell Douglas on Stephon Diggs. He can barely keep up with him. Let's do that. Sidney Jones going up against Adam Thielen. That's a good matchup. Now, let's not do that. Let's have Sidney Jones in the slot. Let's bring in Craig James. This team has issues with its personnel because of lack of effort and lack of just accepting that you were wrong. That your team, regardless of injury, it's not going to be enough to win these games. You lost to the Falcons and Lions, albeit one catch away from winning. The reason why you were in those holes is because you didn't have enough players, you didn't have enough talent to get yourself to be better when you needed to be better. You saw what happened to the Cowboys against the Green Bay Packers. They were not good enough when they needed to be, and they were in a hole. The Eagles against the Vikings were not good enough when they needed to be, and they got put in a hole. We're watching the Cowboys versus Packers game, except it's Eagles and Vikings instead. That's what this game is. That's all it is. That and Carson Wentz is actually playing pretty good all throughout. No picks, no turnovers. It's been Jake Elliott on a questionable freaking whatever it was, fake field goal when we could have used the 3 points. Because if you get those 3 points, the touchdown, and then the field goal, you're down 24-23. The whole atmosphere of the game is changed. You're down 1 point halfway through the third quarter. And what happens instead? No, you're down 4, and they just run right down your throats, score a big touchdown. You're down by 11 going into the fourth. And now, you're seeing people that need to step up not stepping up. Alshon Jeffrey did all he could today. Dropped a couple of passes. Zach Ertz was non-existent in the first half. Second half comes around, he's doing more, but then he fumbles a big-time ball. When we're down, yes, 3 possessions, but still, you can't be doing that. You guys are better than that on offense, and you're struggling. And makes me wonder, and it's a repeat of 2016. Imagine Carson Wentz with this. Imagine Carson Wentz with that. But we cannot. We just can't. Because nobody wants to get what we need. Nobody wants to continue to build around this quarterback that is going to be the future of our team. No. We just want to sit around and watch as the Eagles are losing 38-20 with 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter against the Minnesota Vikings. Why? Because you were not prepared, nor were you good enough. And at the end of the day, I cannot put any of this on Carson Wentz. More so, can I put this on the coaching staff, honestly, the front office, general manager. All the games that we have lost to this very game right now, to be 3-3. I mean, we were in every single one of them, for the most part. We were there. And hey, it's not good enough. Carson Wentz can't do everything. Brandon Graham can't do everything. Fletcher Cox, he might be healthy, he might not be, we don't know. Jalen Mills, he's on the pup list. We don't know what the hell was wrong with him. Ronald Darby's out. Vontae Maddox is out. Craven LeBlanc is out. And nobody wants to step up to the plate and trade for somebody that can help our struggling secondary. Instead, we're going to use Jim Schwartz as the scapegoat because he's ill-equipped to play or to win games. Bullshit. That's what the 2019 Eagles is. Jim Schwartz is a scapegoat. Mike Rowe, he can get booted because I didn't like him last year, and it showed. He was not good last year offensively as an offensive coordinator. But Jim Schwartz, he got you guys a Super Bowl. He made your defense what it was in 2017. With a couple of injuries, he managed to be a dominating force. 2018, he wasn't the biggest issue. It was injuries, and nobody got him what he needed to do better. And it's a repeat of that right now. And it's the same on offense because we're getting people that get hurt. I love that Deshaun Jackson is back, but he plays one game and he's gone for a freaking whole 2 months. Makes no sense. And we don't do anything about it. We just believe in our team. Next man up. Step up. Next man up mentality, right? Yeah. Because that won in 2017. Sure. Can't hold on. You cannot rely on that every single year. Eagles lose this game for many reasons. And the number one reason, the biggest part of this whole loss is that Carson Wentz had nothing to do with it. Any Carson Wentz haters out there that's going to say, oh, he should have stepped up. Oh, first 3 plays, 3 and out. The play calling was 3 runs. He didn't even get the chance to throw the ball in the first quarter until the last 2 minutes because our defense was on the field the entire time. That's not on Carson Wentz. The defense is the biggest issue with the Eagles. And that's not Jim Schwartz's fault either. It's not good enough. I'll see you guys when I see you guys this week talking about Eagles and Cowboys. That's not going to be fun.